What's up, it's you? For today's video, we have a Flutter main sweep. Flutter main is a super good Pokemon, and I wanted to try and get a sweep with it, but not using the same sort of EV. So I tried to build a different one. It may, on the surface, appear as a similar set to it, but I tried to do completely different EVs and Terra and those sort of things. This was done live on my YouTube stream. If you want to see the full build and explanation, check out the whole video and enjoy the sweep. Let's get it. Let's do it. Let's see if we get this W. Homie has brought a legendary spamming team. Let's see if we can get around it. It's going to be difficult. All right, Hooper. That's an interesting first Pokemon, actually. This might work. So Hooper isn't really that... I don't want to use U-turn on it either, because I'll probably do like half its health. So we'll do Sticky Web. Hooper's not very fast, so I knew Smeagol would outspeed that. Hope it's not Trick Room, though. Oh no, it's got screens? Ah, damn. Okay, well, let's Memento this, and I'll go into Iron Jugulis, and that'll bait out Miraidon out. We'll get a free speed boost and go from there. I might even be able to set up a charge beam here. And they won't expect critical hits until it's too late. Trick! Oh no, it's got Trick. I gotta think about this though. Okay. Maybe I should do Flutterlame instead. Hear me out here, because if I go Iron Jugulis, right, they're gonna get rid of my scope lens. I think it'd be better to go into Flutterlame, consume the boost of energy, and then set up Calm Minds, right? That's going to be the play here. And I didn't know that until I seen Trick, because the critting is like 100% the strategy I need. If I don't get the critical hits on Iron Jugulis, it's no good. It fails to take Pokemon out. All right. Here we go. So let's set up. This could be a bad idea, though. I might still get destroyed by its Dark-type moves. Let's see what sort of set it is. Physical, special. Astonish! Astonish with light screen? Oh, okay. Little homie, you're gonna get... I'm gonna set some Calm Minds up here. Little homie got that legendary spamming team. Set the light screen up, had Trick, and then an Astonish on there. I didn't expect, I'll admit, I never expected that. Okay, they swapped. I don't know, it might be a troll, I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know if it's a troll though, it might not be. All right, okay, they got Miraidon. Someone said I should do a theme team, Rhydon, Rhyhorn, and Miraidon. They were taking the piss out of me. Okay, we're gonna get a Calm Mind off here. Okay, that's an astonishing set there. So we're gonna need another let's get another Calm Mind up, and then we've got a big suck for Draining Kiss, right? We've got a mega suck. Okay, and that way the light screen will be gone soon too, and I'll be glad. Yeah, okay, so it's a normal Electro Drift set. That still did an enormous amount of damage. All right, light screen is now gone. All right, you can kiss. It's time for your milk and cookies, Miraidon. It's time for a sleep. Oh no, they've gone for Terror Electric. Oh no, or at least they burned their Terror up. Okay, I think Miraidon is going to be able to live this one. Miraidon's not going to bed yet, you know. He's staying up another half an hour to finish that game, you know. All right, there we go. Good damage. Good damage. Okay, lots of health back. We're going for Electro Drift again. This will do over half my health now. Close. All right. Look, I'm gonna go for Calm Mind again, and then I've got a pretty powerful stored power then, because this is not bad with stored power actually. Then Draining Kiss will faint from there. Okay. Draining, there's no reason why Draining Kiss shouldn't faint now. So let's go. Oh no, we got minimum damage! No! Okay, I'll live still. Damn, I got overheat. Wait, what happened to Flutter Main? I see it went inside Flutter Main's head. Okay, well, Morana is on a little bit of health there. Why does that always happen to me? They always live on 1 health. All right, we're gonna go for a disrespect Draining Kiss. There we go. Oh, they rage quitted. They canceled the battle. We were about to win. All right, so they brought an entire team of like some of the strongest Pokemon and then they quit. Damn, I would have got that sweep 100%. Let's get some baby bottles in the chat. Last sweep stream, I guarantee you'll find someone that said that. That was me, I was battling, but I wasn't stream sniping, I was in chat. Like, you can go to nearly every one of them that happens, so I'm not even joking. All right, Swampert lead. So Stealth Rock and Flip turn, obviously. Next stream, all the members will snipe me, yeah. Stealth Rock, no way. All right, so let's deny them their flip turn and go Memento. They might just Earthquake though. But I want that guaranteed swap. Water Forecast, fine. Not a problem. Okay, so this isn't bad because I can guarantee a Calm Mind now. And we're gonna take minimal damage from Stealth Rock too. I feel like Sunkern would have forced a swap there. They would have been scared of it. Did you know this? I had its EVs, so this is 1 stat higher. They probably think they're still going to do lots of damage here. Even with Memento. They're like, oh, you probably don't have... See, all the defensive EVs I have, that would have done a lot more damage. Well, they're staying in. That's you on every single one of them. 200 ults, all of them. I swear I wasn't stream sniping. I just correctly predicted your quirky non-meta moveset. Yeah, I just knew when to swap it in. All right, so this is a bit of a problem here. I think Stored Power will do a lot of damage, but I think I might need a Draining Kiss now. Let's Draining Kiss. I'm a bit scared of a crit to... Fuck, it's a 3-hit KO. I was hoping for 2, but it's fine. Swampert's got a lot of health. So what I'll do is I'll do 1 more Calm Mind. That's fine. Oh, it's got leftovers too. Okay. Which it normally always has. Another Calm Mind. This way I'm juiced up for Stored Power. They're going to swap. I knew they'd eventually... They had to swap eventually. This might bait out an opposing Flutter Main or a Scarlet. We Shadow Sneak. So they okay. Unfortunately, I've got to go Terra Normal here. I was gonna save it, but this is fine. So Scarlet options are to go for Shadow Sneak or Shadow Claw. I think a wise play would be to Draining Kiss and then Stored Power because it's got Sash. So, or Draining Kiss first, get some health out of it, and then feint the Stored Power. So I'll get more out of attacking them and more out of my Terra, right? So let's do that. The Pokemon on the screen, boss. Okay. All right, we got that Terra Normal. Now go Shadow Sneak. Shadow Claw. Sword Dance. We broke the Sash. Free health. Shadow Claw. Swords Dance. They've got Focus Sash. So they were hoping to get Focus Sash Shadow Sneak. So now they're fucked, right? They're fucked. See? So that's a perfect counter. I knew that I was going to do that too. So I could have just gone stored power the first time, but I actually got health out of it, and I was able to feint them. So I got more out of it, which is good. So now they've got this. Terra Flying, right? So they'll do Terra Flying. Ooh. Now I could go Draining Kiss here. Weakness policy. I think it was Sash. You wouldn't just sort of set a sword dance up in front of a Flutter main knowing though. No, I think it was Sash. Because I think they would have just gone for Shadow Sneak, right? So there's two things that can happen here. They'll go for Terra Flying, Draining Kiss. They know I've got Draining Kiss, so they'll leave Draining Kiss and kill me with Terra Flying Acrobatics. Or I predict that and go for stored power on their Terra Flying, right? I'm gonna take a risk here. I think they're gonna go Terra Flying with Acrobatics. If they don't, I lose. Let's see. They didn't. Okay. Normally they do. I live knockoff. Okay, fine. Let's go Draining Kiss. Now they're gonna go Terra. Yeah. Now what the fuck? So they knew. So somehow they knew. See, that was an odd play. That was a bit strange, right? Because why would they not go for it on the first turn? Isn't that strange, right? That's a little bit strange, right? Because I knew they were going to do that. Isn't that a strange, right? I knew they were going to do that. I predicted them. You know what? I don't think that. I don't know. That was a bit strange to me. Is the person watching stream will never know, right? We'll never know. But that was strange. Anyway, you're not going to outspeed with another Dragon Dance, so it's moot. But interesting, right? Because I thought they were going to do Terra Flying, which they normally do with Booster Energy. Because why would you go for a knockoff knowing I'm bulky, I've got no item, right? It doesn't make sense. But then miraculously go for Terra Flying after that, right? Interesting. See, I'm not saying they're 100% stream sniping. They might not even be here, right? But that was, so those sort of, that was a bit fishy to me, right? It's a bit fishy, that's all. Right? Okay, well, we got stored power. We're at max health. Let's see, right? This is going very well. We've, don't think that mattered. I've got, what, 3 Calm Minds up and a boost of energy. That didn't matter. I mean, it might not have been some. I always like to give people the, the benefit of the doubt, but that was a bit sus, right? Okay, so we've got stored power again. Let's do that. Okay, that's the cancel. I would have won that. That's definitely a sweep. Definitely a sweep. I think I outplayed them at every turn there. It kind of depends what they Terra as well, and what they lead with and stuff. You should give your Sunken an air balloon. An air balloon. Oh, look, a scissor lead. Who would have guessed? Alright. No way, a scissor lead. Okay. So we might just be running they might just have like a choice band set, or they'll set up sword dances like instantaneously. I'm just gonna put web down because there are some quicker Pokemon there. There might be a problem, but we'll drop its stats after the sword dance. Oh, that's gonna use Iron Head, fair enough. That could just be banded, but it might not be. We'll soon find out if they use Bullet Punch, right? Let's memento them. Yep, okay. So they've got Iron Head and Bullet Punch. And I'd say they just have U-turn and... They may not though, they might have Sword Dance. All right. That's It is what it is. What I'm going to do here, I don't think they've got a lot to hit Ortho with. This also will draw out if they've got Sword Dance or not, right? Sometimes I just use it. I like to use my lead sometimes just to gather information on what their sets are, and then I can like prepare for that later. That's a strategy I do in these as well. Because sometimes it might not have Sword Dance. Like it might not. It might have 4 attacking moves. Okay, but even so, there's not much you could do to it anyway. All right, swap. Yeah, great tusk. That's fine. They're going to go for a fighting move, obviously. Okay. Okay, so we can pass the sub along. This will at least get me 1 turn of setup, you know. So, okay, I'm thinking. So we've got Koraidon in the back, which is going to be really, really difficult for low kicks because once that sun goes up, Terra Blast Water's going to do nothing. Leech Life's going to do nothing. Suck up. Yeah, I can't beat Koraidon with this low kicks at the moment. So I might have to go... We don't have to try Flutter main here. But, you know, as soon as that sub breaks, you know Scissor's going to come in. Or they may even have a go at me with, like Headlong Rush or something like that. Right into the sunken. Okay. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Hope you enjoyed today's sweep stream. We're trying to get some W's here, people. We got one right at the start. Hopefully we can continue this, continue this. Let's go Calm Mind behind the sub. They can't do body press or a fighting type move, which I think they'll go. Okay. Here comes the Sizzler's Bullet Punch, as expected. Okay. This might have a focus sash. Just how they played it. I could be completely wrong. Let's see. They're going to use Bullet Punch to break the sub, obviously, which is fine. That's what the sub was there for. Okay. So we need to get rid of Scissor ASAP. Yeah, we're 5 weeks away. That's in July, isn't it? Okay, they didn't have Sash. Just the way they played, I was like, they have a Sash. They'd lead with and stuff, but I don't know. Sometimes that can mean just Sash or Choice Band and stuff like that too. It's just an odd player if you don't have Choice Band. All right, well, that's down. That's fine. Blood Moon. So we're gonna get hit by a Blood Moon. The best play here would be to go for Calm Mind, because they won't be able to follow it up with a Vacuum Wave, right? Now remember, this is max health and defense, so I'm not max special defense or anything like that, so I'm gonna have to be able to live this okay. Hopefully I can. Good live there, that's good. Now they can't follow it up with another one, so let's go for an additional Calm Mind here. And this is very defensively bulky now, and special defensively bulky, and we can get our health back with Draining Kiss, and we can use Stored Power as well. So this is the bulky Flutter main set that I quite like for singles. It's just a bit different from the normal set. All right, we're gonna have to go for a Mystical Fire here. Now, will we get outspared? There's a good chance they could have Sucker Punch here, right? So let's think if I do go for a Terra Normal. What are they going to be able to do? Koraidon's going to be able to come in and freely go for a Collision Course, which is a really powerful move. Yes, but I could, like, the best play would be, oh, I'll just go for Draining Kiss now, but what if they've got Sucker Punch, right? That'll kill me. So I might have to go for Terra Normal Draining Kiss. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. I'm just trying to think what they'd have here. So they're either going to have Sucker Punch or Knockoff. I don't know which one they've got, and I don't want to burn up my Terra. Let's go for Draining Kiss. If they got Sucker Punch, they've got it. It doesn't always have. Okay, it didn't have it. It had Knockoff. All right, that's the end of Flutter. That's not the end of Flutter, mate. That's the end of Miascata. Okay. Yeah, it's neutral, but it's going to do a lot of damage, right? And I didn't really want to take damage. It'll be a protein one as well, so it'll do lots of damage. Even with max defense, this isn't like super ultra bulky. All right. Well, we've taken that down. So things are looking pretty good right now. What is this? All right, Ogre Pawn. So stored power is actually going to do a fair bit of damage here because we've got 3 Calm Minds up. Will it be enough to take out Ogre Pawn? I think they might Terror for the special defense and then go for Ivy Cudgel. I could Calm Mind here, then Stored Power, or just Draining Kiss. I'm going to go Stored Power. I've got a feeling this is the play. Spiky Shield, okay. So they're stalling. That's not going to do anything at all. I think they're just seeing what other moves I've got. Let's go Stored Power. Oh, they got a double Spiky Shield. That was lucky. Koraidon's going to be the one to get around, though. You know what I mean? And I don't know whether it's going to be if it's Terrifier Flare Blitz. I'm not living that. No way. This should do some damage. Yeah, I was going to say that's going to do a lot of damage, even with no special attack EVs. All right, so Ogre Pod's here. It's looking like we've got this. But I just want to, like, I never really like to say that I've got it until I'm 100% sure. So there's still some other things that could happen here. So there is Koraidon. What terror is that going to be? What move do I use against that? If I go for Draining Kiss, they might go for Terrify, then Flare Blitz and kill me. You know what I mean? All right, so we got Blood Moon again. I mean, Blood Moon's really only got one option. Let's go for Stored Power. Unless it's like Dark or something, but that would be a bit weird. I think we've definitely got this, though. Okay, they're waiting a long time to make their moves, too. Let's see. Yep, the special defense isn't that great on that. All right, I think we've got it. It's sort of all down now to what Koraidon's terror is, right? The only thing is, will Stored Power take out Koraidon? You know what I mean? Because I don't know if it will. It's going to be very close. This might have Terra Steel. Shoot. They're definitely going to go for a ground move here. Do I go Terra Normal or not? Stored Power. Yep. Nice. All right. All right. Koraidon's the last Pokemon. Like Koraidon's the last Pokemon. Does the Proto affect store? Well, the Proto and Quiet Drive are actually their class different to normal stats. So I don't think so. All right, so this is a, but I would imagine it does, because if you look at, it doesn't, obviously it doesn't show it up on here. Like, it doesn't show it here, but I reckon we should go for a Troll Terra. Like, Terra Normal, Stored Power would do a lot. They're going to go for a Terra Fire, I reckon, if they have it. So let's go for a Stored Power. Even if they die to Flare Blitz Recall, we faint them, it's still a sweet, right? Because we beat the whole team in one Pokemon. All right, here we go. I don't think they'll expect. They're not going to go for a fighting move, right? They're definitely not going to go for a fighting move. If they do, they're watching the screen. Okay. All right. Well, Downfall is going down. They didn't have anything for it. All right. Well, that is the Flutter main sweep done. The bulky Flutter main sweep. Yeah, that was it. I'll show you what the build is there. And I think I kind of like it differently to just the straight up speed and special attack one. And let's have a look at that now. So we got the sweep. Say hello to YouTube. say hello and hi and all those sort of things. So here is the Flutter lame, I like to call it Flutter lame, you know, but Flutter main set here. So as you can see, this one is a very defensive set. So it's max health and max defense. I'm going to bring this up in another window as well. So what I did here is I deliberately gave it 4 EVs in speed. So if you give it 4 EVs in speed, so max health, max defense, bold nature, 4 EVs in speed, this actually gives it 1 more stat point in speed than special defense and special attack, which gives you a boost to energy and speed still, even though you're not running any speed, right? So this allows you to outspeed all the, you know, other real fast Pokemon, but still retain like all the bulk you've got there, right? So it's quite good. So that gives you some good, like reasonable defensive bulk there. So you're able to live like stuff that the opponent probably wouldn't expect you to live, right? So you can live it once and then you can Draining Kiss off and heal yourself, right? That's the whole idea of this set. It also, exactly, that's a good point. It also lets you outspeed really fast Pokemon, say like Corrado, unless they're choice Scarfy good or you're versing an opposing Flutter main. But in that case, you can go for Terra Normal, right? That's why I've got it. So it's more of a defensive Terra. So stored power works very, very well with Calm Mind, especially on these like bulky building sets. Draining Kiss there for Fairy Stab and Recovery. And with Flutter Lame it's only got base 55 in health. You get a lot of recovery, right, which is really, really good for this type of set. And Mystical Fire then is perfect for any steel type Pokemon like Scissor in that battle, right? Perfect. So that was really, really good. And then, yeah, that's the build. So pretty much you can swap it in and go for a Calm Mind. Once you get like 2 Calm Minds, it's pretty good because you can do good damage. Because it's got 135 base and special attack, so you can get a lot of recovery back with that. And then you just have to worry about counters like steel type Pokemon, or if you do go for a Terra Normal, then you've got to worry about priority moves and stuff like that. So yeah, just a bit of an interest, like a more of an off meta set that is still quite. Definitely still quite good, but it requires more setup and, you know, prediction to play there, and it has more counters. But I think once it's set up, though, it's actually I think it's a lot more effective than the the normal sweeping set, because you've got all these extra things like bulk, recovery. You've got stored power as well, which is like crazy strong, even on resisted Pokemon. But yeah, that's it. If you enjoyed the Flutter Lane sweep, hit that like button on YouTube if you're watching this, and let's keep going to get some more.